What is economics, and why does it matter? At its core, economics is the study of how people obtain and use their income. It looks at how individuals, businesses, and governments earn money, make decisions with it, and decide how to spend, save, or invest it. Economics is the study of wealth, but more importantly, it's the study of how people use wealth. Economics isn't just about rich people or stock markets, it applies to everyone. Whether you're deciding how to spend your allowance, choosing between two jobs, or figuring out how to budget your money, you're making economic decisions. Economics helps us understand how those decisions are made and what trade offs come with them. Opportunity cost. One of the most important ideas in economics is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative you give up when you make a decision. Because resources like time and money are limited, choosing one option means giving up another. For example, imagine you have $20. You could spend it on a video game or you could save it. If you choose to buy the game, the opportunity cost isn't just the $20. It's what you could have done with that money instead, like saving it for the future or buying something else later. Opportunity cost applies to time too. If you spend an evening watching TV, the opportunity cost might be studying, working a job, or hanging out with friends. Every choice has a cost, even if no money changes hands. Scarcity. Another core concept in economics is scarcity. Scarcity means that while human wants are unlimited, resources are limited or finite. People always want more money, more goods, more time, and more comfort. But the resources needed to satisfy those wants, like land, labor, time, and money, are limited. Because of scarcity, we are forced to make tough decisions. For example, a government has a limited budget. If it spends more money on schools, that may mean less money for roads or healthcare. Scarcity is the reason economics exists in the first place. If resources were unlimited, there would be no need to choose. But because they aren't, choices and trade-offs are unavoidable. Microeconomics versus macroeconomics economics is generally divided into two main branches: microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics focuses on individual decision makers. This includes consumers, workers, and businesses. It looks at questions like, why does a company raise prices? How do consumers decide what to buy? How do supply and demand affect the price of goods? Microeconomics zooms in on the smaller parts of the economy. Macroeconomics, on the other hand, looks at the economy as a whole. It studies large-scale issues like inflation, unemployment, economic growth, and national income. Questions like, why does inflation rise? What causes recessions? How does government policy affect the economy? If microeconomics is looking at individual trees, macroeconomics is looking at the entire forest. In short, economics is about choices. Because resources are scarce, every decision involves trade-offs. By understanding concepts like opportunity cost, scarcity, and the difference between micro and macroeconomics, we can better understand how the world works and make smarter decisions in our own lives.